Hello and welcome. I am Scarperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server with Shrike, our Stalker, who's level 48. We're about a level and a half from getting to level 50. We have 2.3 million experience points to go to get to level 49, and we have over 40 million influence, thanks to selling a couple things a few episodes ago on the auction house. And we are working on the story arc, about 1,000 worlds, with Unai Kemen. We've had a couple of scientists who were working for Portal Corp, and it went through a dimension into another dimension. When they came back, their souls had been split in two, so we've got both halves of them, and we're trying to figure out how to rejoin them. And we've been doing things to try to get that to happen. And now what Unai says is Portal Corp is still working around the clock to stay on top of the rupture situation, because there's ruptures all over the place. He says, I've got another rupture in Janison Office Park. I need you to go over there and take care of it. So my guess is this is going to be another outdoor mission. Yep, port transit, defeat all ghosts. So these are going to probably start to look familiar to you because they are some that I did with Silver Phoenix. But at some point we're going to get to the point where Silver Phoenix was, where the videos that I shot for Silver Phoenix have not been posted because Homecoming came along back in March and said you can't post videos anymore. So I had already shot a bunch and I didn't post them. So now we're going to be fighting ghosts, and we need to close the rupture, but there's no point to looking for the rupture directly because we got to kill ghosts first. And at this point, I don't think I'm going to go to +3 because with all these outdoor defeat alls, it'll just take forever. So we're going to get through this part, and then maybe we'll move to +3. Now in the last mission, we had a clockwork stuck in part of a wall and it was bugged and I couldn't finish it. Hopefully that won't happen here. I don't think I mean, knock on wood, and I'm going to actually knock on it. But I don't think I've ever been in an outdoor mission on this map that had somebody stuck in a wall. That usually happens in the interior missions. That one map we were on last time where the clockworks were is a bit of an odd one because you're sort of, there's an interior part and an exterior part, but most of the time in a map like this you don't get them inside stuff, although I guess it's possible they could materialize inside a column like here. And I remember doing, if not this mission, being on this map with my original martial arts Super Reflex Scrapper when you could not up the mission difficulty, and this was all just white cons, and going through this going, oh my gosh, why is this so easy? They should up the difficulty of this game, and you know, now of course you can for yourself. But back then you couldn't. So we're now, as soon as this bead fills in, we will be halfway through level 48 already, just doing this one story arc, which is pretty quick. You basically get a beat every couple missions. I remember back in the original game when they still had a lot more XP that it took to gain levels in the 30s and especially 40s. And there was this one guy that, you know, he started on launch day with the rest of us, and we had done some couple missions, and he said, man, I remember in the lower levels where where you'd complete a mission and gain a level, or complete a mission and gain a couple of beads. He said now you complete a mission, you don't even see the experience bar move, and that was true back then. Whereas here, we're going to complete this mission and we'll already be past bead 5. Oh, that guy saw me. Yeah, these things are definitely not a threat as orange cons. And we are now 5 beads into level 48. Not that it matters, just since we were close, I figured I'd mention it. One of the reasons we gain experience so fast here is because we do have patrol experience all the way up to the end of this level, and that's just the way the game works now, is that you get patrol XP for standing around. I don't actually like that, and I wish you could turn it off, but you can't. And I just don't feel inclined, as I did with Silver Phoenix, to keep turning the experience points on and off. So, I mean, this character's done a huge number of story arcs, and I don't really feel the need to delay her leveling. Now, one of the things the defeat all missions do is they make you gain a lot of experience, right? If this is one where I could just come through here and click the glowy and be done, you'd only gain whatever it is, 25 or 30,000 mission XP, and maybe, you know, enough, just the, you know, 15,000 or so from killing these 3 spirits. But because you have to defeat everybody, and there were like, you know, 100 spirits in here, you end up gaining like 500,000 XP from a single mission. And so that definitely makes the leveling go by a lot faster. And in terms of the number of missions, right? Obviously, in terms of minutes, how long it takes to actually do this mission. Well, this mission's going to take us maybe the whole episode, right? Maybe a whole half hour, just because of how long it takes to go through it. And how many guys there are to kill, right? Or undead there are to dispatch, I guess, would be the right way to say it. But in terms of just how many missions you're doing, it's not, it's one mission, and it's going to give us a couple of beads, right? Just because of how many minions there are to kill and how much experience each minion is. Once we get past the point where they're making us just keep going and doing defeat alls to every one of these outdoor maps, I will see if maybe we can upgrade this to +3s, because this is just too easy. I mean, have I had to heal once? Have I had to use a single inspiration? And that's a little ridiculous. I don't want to have to use a whole tray in every encounter, right, in every spawn, but the idea that you go through here and you never, ever, ever need to use even your own healing powers is a little ridiculous. And that's because the ghosts just are too weak. And frankly, anything but Knives of Artemis. And the only reason the knives are hard is because they are really hard to hit. They don't really do anything to you. They're just very hard to hit. Come on. Wow, look at all the missing. There we go. So we're now at the top of this map. So we just got to go down the side and then do the stuff in the middle. And we'll try to take out the middle stuff as we go. I noticed it as we were coming up, but I didn't see the point of going down those alleys yet, because I wanted to get to the far end and mark off how far down we have to go and how far we have to come back. Right, just to get the size of the map. I mean, I know what the map looks like, but I always want to sort of size it out so I have a visual on exactly how far we need to go. It's just the way I always do it, as you've no doubt seen in 5 seasons of episodes. Another ghost. Look at this, we're half a bead through. We're halfway through the next bead. Almost. We will be beyond that, I think, at the end of this mission. Yep, somebody's stuck in a wall right there. Good thing it's an NPC and not a ghost. Alright. Next spawn. But to say, I like how devastating this character is to the enemies, even without, like, sets or anything. She's just brutal. And, if she had a full collection of enhancement sets and archetype origins and stuff like that, she would be so powerful. We'd be doing purples and laughing at them. Okay. So I want to make sure there's nobody down this alley. There is not. There's nobody down that way, it looks like. I'm hitting tab just to make sure. So this is the kind of mission where, like, realistically, we don't need to do the assassin's build up every time, you know, like the actual assassination strike. Because they die in a couple of blows, we don't really even need to do that, but I love assassinating, so I do it anyway. There's another apparition. There are always some on this street. Surprised there aren't more. You may notice one of the things that I do, and I'll show you on the next spawn. One of the things that I do is I'll target one enemy, right? And then while I'm going through that animation, because I know that enemy's going to die, I target the next one. Right, so that as soon as the strike goes off, I can immediately start attacking the next enemy. Now when you do that, that works great, except for when you miss. Right? Then if you miss him, then you're attacking not the nearest guy to you, but the second nearest guy to you. So it's not a problem. You just got to make sure you know that that can happen and be prepared to have the fight go that way. And it doesn't matter a lot depending on who you're attacking. It may matter a little more, like if you're fighting lieutenants or something. It's just a good idea to watch, you know, and be careful and realize that it could be that you're going to have to tab back to the guy that you just tabbed away from. And just be ready to do that if you miss. See, like there, I just missed. So I had to be ready to tab back to her. I think we're coming to the end, guys. We only have a few, like maybe 3 spawns to go, based on the size of the map and where we are. Okay, let's go to the final ones down this way. They're very close to completing this mission. This might be it, in fact. Nope. So I've missed somebody. And this is why I don't like Defeat All, because I went through and I crawled through and there's the one guy wandering around, and that's the guy you miss. And the mission won't complete till you find him and defeat this last guy. And there it is. See that one guy. Alright, so we go out. We have defeated the ghosts and closed the portal. Now we'll see what Unai has to say. Alright. That wasn't too long, 15-20 minutes. Thanks for dealing with the dimensional ruptures, etc., etc. Okay. Next mission. While we're closing up the dimensional ruptures, Azuri's been preparing the spell to reunite the portal scientist whose dimensional fabric was torn. She's about ready to fire it up. Maybe, just maybe, we'll learn something new from those scientists. In the meantime, I need you to go have another talk with Tina McIntyre. She's been studying the dimensional ruptures non-stop. So let's... Where are we? We're now... Let's see. So let's go ahead and use OUROBOROS to shortcut it a little bit. And we can sell to the vendor guy because it looks like we are out of salvage slots. Yep. So let's go ahead and sell to him. We're also going to sell any enhancements that we have. Ooh, found a bunch. And now, we definitely don't need that. Don't need sniper attacks. I don't need endurance on flight. Okay, so down here. There we go. That should help. And now we have 15 slots, right? We have 154 of 169, so we have 15 more slots that we can put salvage into. And now we're going to go to Peregrine Island and talk to Tina. And we'll do one more mission, and I think that'll be it for this episode. We're really cranking along. What do we have? 2.2 some odd million XP to go. We're now down to 1.7. So you do the math on that, 3 or 4 episodes, and we will be done with this level, and we'll be at 49, and we'll get our last power. I still have no idea what it's going to be. So as you guys know, I play D&D, and I've been, DMing for a couple months now. And our D&D session is coming up tomorrow night. I'm actually pretty excited. This is the 3rd level adventure, and then we're going to do a really cool 4th level adventure that I just finished making up, because the one I was originally going to do, which was about the rogue's backstory, I can't do because the rogue's player isn't playing with us right now. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Meanwhile, Tina says, listen, I've been studying what's happening to those scientists, and it may be a harbinger of greater dangers to come. I think those scientists were split by a rupture. It opened up right where they were standing, and they were ripped apart by the dimensional seams. I believe that what happened to these scientists could happen to an entire dimension. Oh, that doesn't sound good. We don't want that to happen, Tina. And Unai says, looks like the rupture situation is getting worse. I've got a number of heroes working on it. That's all I can do to keep a lid on the situation. I see. And if you see any strange baddies around, be sure to give them the what for. On a brighter note, the ritual to reunite the severed scientists was successful. They're back to normal and talking like human beings again. I have to tell you, the debriefing was scary. Just before they got lost, the scientists were hard at work at studying the dimensional ruptures. They were beginning to think that the ruptures were caused deliberately. Someone or something is trying to tear the multiverse apart. So then he says, according to those scientists who got lost in the universe, the multiverse, it sounds like these dimensional ruptures might not be accidental. Yeah, you said that already. The only problem is we don't know who's doing it, so Tiger Shrike, I need you to take some readings from the ruptures that have opened around the multiverse. Can you do it? Yes, we can do it. So now we're going to go through another dimensional portal. And this is where I think the outdoor missions start to become very tedious. I think they were a cool addition to the game, but I think they shouldn't have tagged individual story arcs as all outdoors or all indoors. They should have put some variety, right? Have them mostly be indoors, but have a couple of them be outdoors. I think that would have really been a better way to do it. And now we're on Boomtown. Take readings from the rupture. So we got to find the rupture. So let's take a look. And I have no idea where this is going to be, so we're just going to have to run a round. Not here. And there it is. Gonna have to fight some freakies. Alright, guys. Let's see how you do against me at this level. I fought them in a previous adventure too, didn't I? And they weren't so bad except, you know, when like 3 of them res at once. But you can see now they can't even get their dull paint off. Look at that. And that is the mission. So we had one really long, slow mission and one that was really quick. Now we need to take readings from another rupture. Okay. Speaking of D&D, I finished the what I think will be the 4th level adventure for my characters, my party. I hope it's not too tough. I'm going to warn them after 3rd level, you know, the training wheels are off. And I'm not going to protect them, but I'm not trying to deliberately make it hard. And so I have this, like, final boss, and he's got a couple skeleton minions. He's like a necromancer. And I'm hoping that I didn't make him too powerful. I made him like a sort of a weak legendary creature with legendary actions and stuff. I thought it would be fun to do that since 2 of the players have never actually seen that in my campaign. Nobody's seen it in my campaign. One of them's played a lot of D&D 5th edition, so has probably seen legendary actions. One of them's watched Critical Role and probably seen lots of legendary actions on Critical Role, but has not ever played with one himself. And then one of them's a totally new player who has never seen a legendary action and probably doesn't know they exist. And so it's going to be, I really want to do it. It's going to be hopefully interesting. I'm just afraid he might be a little powerful. I don't know. We'll see. Now we go back to another rupture. Is that right? Okay. Yeah, so these missions are quick in contrast to the mission that was kill all. Now look at this. Paragon Protector, huh? Yeah, you can't put that invulnerability or whatever it is, the moment of glory on now, bucko. Kill you too fast. Well, 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 a purple lieutenant. I think we might have to fight this guy. Are you kidding me? He managed to turn it on? Oh, I guess not. Because I certainly didn't see a moment of glory animation. My claws are better than your claws, honey. There you go. Yeah, to me these guys are worth fighting because fighting a purple lieutenant is a little difficult. Oh wow, there's two of them. Okay, this will be a bit of a challenge here because that one's probably going to see me. We'll do a little hasten. Yeah, she got her unstoppable or whatever it is off. Let's go ahead and pacify this guy. Or girl. You can see the difference, right? With +3s, I've needed to use both Dull Pain. Yeah, there she goes. I've needed to use both Dull Pain and Reconstruction. I'm gonna ignore her for a minute and go after this guy first. I can't do anything to her with Unstoppable or whatever she is on. Oh, and now he's doing it too. This is just so much fun. You can see that her moment of glory or whatever it is lasts way longer than mine. I cannot hit her. So we're going to have to run away. Is it like you literally cannot hit and then they're just getting free shots at you? So we'll just run away, recover, and then come back. By then she should be not invulnerable anymore. Come on. Yeah, I know I could have used instant healing there, but I just don't feel like burning all my stuff to fight guys that are not hittable. So she should be, it should have run out by now. Yeah. Where is he? So that killed them both. I hear a glowy. There it is. Alright, so we're going to need to take out these guys. They are not +3s, so they'll be much easier. See, that got him before he could invoke whatever power it is that they've got that's making them invulnerable. And now we have a boss. Protector 12, 173. Alright, well, this guy's going to be a pain. He's only +2 though. The problem is going to be when he goes Moment of Glory on me. So yeah, I saw it. I saw it go down and I was like, oh, I better hit. Oh, but we don't need to go to the hospital. You can cast Revive. And I am untouchable for a moment. Not bad. That's a worthwhile power. Wow. Better get instant healing going. This guy's only +2. Yeah, I saw, I saw my health go down. I was like, oh wait, I'm below half. I better hit Reconstruction. You saw what happened. I hit it, but it just took too long to animate. And now he is unhittable. Yeah, I really think they should have done something different with that power for the villains, right? It's a power the heroes have, but the problem with the villains is if you can't hit them, then you just stand there, right? Like there's nothing to do. And to me, and so what do? I just run away and wait? How is that hard, right? It's not a challenge, it's just time consuming. And I feel like they could have done something better with that. Right? Making them have really high resistance is one thing, but when they're completely unhittable, there's no point to even standing there fighting them. So let's see if he is... He should be hittable now. We might be able to kill him in one shot. There we go. And now we click the glowy. And that is the mission. So guys, we started with 2.2 XP to go. 2.2 million XP to go to get to level 49. We got almost 800,000 XP in one episode. So that means, theoretically, in 2 episodes, we should be done with this level. And we will be 49 and only have 1 level to go. And then it's time to start thinking about Nightmare Lass, which is going to be really fun. Okay, so Unai Kemen says, good work, Tiger Shrike. I'll get this data to the lab. Maybe we can figure out what's causing the dimensional ruptures. And the next one is going to be this. But we will do that next time. So until then, I am Scarperlock, and this has been City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. I'll see you next time.